Hey everybody, it's GombletX, and welcome back to another run of the second Bloomburrow Arena Open. The first one was only a couple weeks ago, but Duskmorn's right around the corner, so they've shoved them together in a very short time period. But this will be the final Bloomburrow Arena Open and the final competitive Bloomburrow Limited Event, so hopefully we can actually make it into day 2, play a lot of the set competitively before we move on to Duskmorn, which is just around the corner. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bust open these packs, see what we get to play with today. Alright, that's a lot of rares here. Multiple in red and blue. 2 copies of Hired Claw. Very aggressive red rare once you get attacking quick with your lizards and dumping some mana into making this bigger. We've also got Fecund Green Shell, one of the best rares in the whole set. That being our only green rare is a little awkward, but if our other green cards are good, that is absolutely a direction to go. The Dragonhawk alongside these other red rares could be a big reason to go that direction, so I could see maybe green-red, just because Green Shell is so good that it makes up for being our only green rare, to go that way. And the only other color that has more than one rare outside of the red is the blue. If we go red and blue, we get the double Hired Claw, the Dragonhawk, and the Ral. And Ral is pretty great, but our other blue rare is a very, very difficult mana cost and wants you to be incredibly heavy into blue to get the maximum damage out of it. So that one not so good generally in sealed. You really need to build around that thing, and it's not often you're going to get the perfect cards to be able to do that. So maybe we have a really deep blue in our sealed pool and we do just go blue-red here, but I'm kind of hoping that our green is our deepest color, our second deepest color, and we just get to go Gruul aggro with this, maybe even splash in a Ral off of some good blue fixing, I guess green fixing to grab the blue. But we'll see. We'll see. Definitely some good red rares, more than anything else. Let's check out our multicolored and our colorless now. Definitely more than last time. We've got a lot of colorless here. We have Fountainport Bell and 3 Tree Mascot and a Patchwork Banner for mana fixing, so that's nice. Harvester doesn't do too much. Tangle Tumbler doesn't do too much most of the time. Short Bow's great at triggering Valiant stuff, if we've got a lot of that, but otherwise kind of filler. And then we've got the Uncharted Haven for a good mana-fixing land, and the Hidden Grotto for a bad one. If we need both, then we've got both. So for the multicolored stuff, we do have a green-red signpost uncommon, so Wandertail Mentor would be awesome if we get to go green-red, play our green shell, and actually ramp up into it. That'd be really good. We've also got the Junkblade Bruiser there, which is higher toughness than power, so it triggers the green shell, so that's kind of sick. We've got one Lily Splash Mentor in green-blue, which is pretty great. One Vine Reap Mentor in green-black, that's pretty good. And then Stormcatch Mentor, another one of these cards, going to be significantly weaker in sealed than in draft or constructed, because you just have to have a very high instant sorcery, like a very high instant sorcery spell count in your deck, which you can't really control in sealed. We either opened a bunch or we didn't. All right, let's check out our colors individually now, but looking at the multicolored and colorless, I am still pretty excited about trying to go green-red ideally. However, starting with our white, we see good stuff here. Particularly, we've got a Sonar Strike to go with this Essence Channeler, so it's a removal spell that's going to gain life and trigger it to put a counter onto it. I suppose that's literally it for life gain synergy, though. Okay, I got a little excited. I think I got a little overexcited when I saw the Sonar Strike. That is our only life gain spell out of white to go with Essence Channeler, so that is tremendously disappointing without a lot of bat support out of black. It's also 0 token production to go with the Warren Guard. We didn't get a single Offspring card or a single card that makes a bunny. Yeah, I mean, these synergy cards have just completely crashed and burned for the sealed pool. If we're going mono white, maybe there's a lot of green support for the Warren Guard, maybe there's a lot of black support for the Essence Channeler, but as a standalone color, actually a lot of awkward things about the white. The best thing, though, is the removal. The Banishing Light, Sonar Strike, those are great cards. Checking out the blue now. Couple Splash Flashers are pretty fantastic, and Wave Rider, if we have enough instant sorcery removal spells, that'll be a great card for the flashback ability, so those are great. I don't mind a Mind Whisker either. This is very good. The longer the game goes on, the better it is. Most everything else is pretty filler, although Dire Downdraft is some of Blue's best interaction in the format. So this is pretty decent. I really don't think... I don't want to go that deep on blue to play this thing, because then I have to play a lot of this kind of filler, which is pretty filler level to me. But I could absolutely see blue as a support color with these uncommons. These uncommons are pretty great cards. So black now, not a ton of cards out of black. Probably the lowest quantity we've seen so far, but we have some quality. Thoughtstalker Warlock, Consumed by Greed are fantastic, and Glide Dive Duo's a close third. Yeah, everything else is kind of filler, but they're all playable. All of these cards are playable for sure. So, not the worst, but certainly nothing to get too excited about. For our red here, we've got a decent aggressive curve. What is this thing? Oh, it's the Offspringer. Yeah, that's solid. More lizards to go with the Hired Claw as well. Yeah, I mean, the Kindle Sparks are a little filler, but everything else is certainly playable. Even the Kindle Sparks are sort of playable, although I imagine in red-green they're not going to be very good. Not a lot of non-creatures to untap them if we get to go in that direction. But yeah, I mean, just got a good curve of creatures, one removal spell here. Recruiter's good at the top end if you have enough lizards to go with it. We only have a few. We have 3 lizards here out of red. Unless we play the Kindle Sparks, which I guess could be worst case scenario. Yeah, red's okay. We would really need our green to be very good. Well, shoot, I don't think any of our colors are very good. But green's okay as well. The double Polywallop goes a long way. We have actual green removal. We don't have a lot of frogs to make it any cheaper, so it's not actually that good as removal in this sealed pool. It's just okay removal. But, I mean, I guess none of our colors have really good removal. There's 1 Assault. We can have 1 Assault, or 2 Polywallops, or Consumed in Early Winter, or 2 Downdraft, or Strike Banishing Light. Yeah, the most removal we have in any color is 2 spells, so double Polywallop's about on par with everything else. We get the Fecund Green Shell, which is probably the strongest card in the sealed pool. We get the green-red Signpost Uncommon if we go red, and because none of our colors are massive standouts, I'm fairly confident we're going red. Yeah, I mean, without any massive standouts, without any great synergies, I mean, our black-white is even just not good at gaining life. We've got the 1 Glide Dive Duo, the 1 Sonar Strike, and the 1 Scales of Shale, so these Soothsayers suck. And the Essence Channeler sucks. And then the green-white, we didn't really get much token production out of green. There's a food token here, which also means the Herbalist is really bad and the Druid of the Spade's really bad. There are 2 things that maybe make a token out of green and white combined. 1 Baker's Bane Duo, and maybe, if I specifically have one of 2 squirrels on the board, Cash Grab. So the token synergy is really bad for Hazard Herbalist and Warren Guard, Druid of the Spade. There's so much missed synergy in the sealed pool, it is quite bad. Our biggest synergy would probably be green-blue. That's going to make our Polywallops better because we get to play these Splash Lashers that are pretty strong. And then we did have the green-blue Signpost Uncommon as well. So it's possible that the sealed pool is weak enough that we do some really stupid, dirtly nonsense, where maybe we get to go green-red at the core, but we splash some frogs. I guess. Something like that. And then by splashing blue, we're playing Ral as well. So green-red splash blue for frogs and Ral. Because red gives us the Mythic Dragon and some really nice cheap aggro plays. I don't think anything we build is going to look super pretty here. With this one, it seems like it could be a legit thing. Add red as a color. It's 46 cards now. Whoops. Okay, let's not click that again. Colorless. There's the mascot, the Fountain Port Bell. I'm not going to play the Tumbler. We might play the Banner for fixing. I don't think we play Short Bow. We had 1 Valiant card, and that's it. I guess this is okay with like Brambleguard Captain, but yeah, no real Valiant, so. Green, red, splash, blue. Nonsense here. A variety of nonsense piles we can build, none of which seem great. A lot of high mana value stuff, but this is sealed. We can play it slower and higher on the curve. I guess Splash Slasher is another card that like really wants to be double blue to be great. So that's not a super great splash. But we can always cast it off a single blue mana. But that could be in our potential cut pile. What is our lizard count? 6 maximum, but I really want to cut at least 2 of them with the Kindlespark duo. And the recruiter doesn't count, so there's 5 other lizards for its ability total. And that would get cut down to 3 if I don't play the Kindlespark duos. I just don't think I'm doing them. Yeah, so I think I end up cutting the Reptilian Recruiter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cuts. Still 4 more to go. We've got a Fountain Port Bell, a Hidden Grotto, an Uncharted Haven, a Patchwork Banner. Probably cut the 3 Tree Mascot since 1 toughness creatures are so bad in the set. Maybe even cut the Steam Path Charger. Yeah, I mean, Hired Claw's kind of self-sustained. You just hope to have it in your opener. You play it turn 1, you send it in and buff it turn 2, and then you've got a 2/3 attacking already. It's also pinging every time. Yeah, card's actually solid even as your only lizard. Yeah, probably cutting those. Just don't know if there's anything worth cutting more than Splash Slasher. Maybe the High Strides. But I don't know, it feels a little better to keep the blue splash away from double blue spells like this. But again, it's castable off 1 blue. But then we have 4 blue spells total. So I could like meet in the middle and do like this for now. Take another look through everything else we have. We have cards that look like they're going to be great, but the synergy is just so bad for them. Like the Essence Channeler, the Warren Guards. Sealed Pool was a lot more awkward than I thought it would be at first glance. Suppose we can throw a Stormcatch Mentor in here, but I just don't think that's worth it. There's no other good multicolored or colorless cards, really, that we're excited about. We're just playing around with this pile of nonsense. And we hope it's the best pile of nonsense that we can build, because it has the highest bomb potential with 2 of the best bombs in the format in it, a Dragonhawk and a Green Shell. As well as all the best bombs in our sealed pool. I guess this is just the non-synergistic sealed goop pile we're gonna have to roll with. And we're just gonna call it a deck here and cross our fingers and hope for the best. Alright, well, here we are for game 1. This is really awkward. We're not really doing anything till turn 5, but I think I have to keep it with Dragonhawk in hand. I actually don't want to surveil turn 1, because I'm going to shuffle with Fountain Port Belt. Actually, I don't know if I have to shuffle, even if I choose not to. I am going to decline to get the land, obviously. I guess I'll just surveil turn 2, just in case. We'll see. If I decline, do I still shuffle? No, I don't shuffle if I decline. Okay, I could have played Hidden Grotto turn 1. Good to know in the future. Valley Rotcaller. Well, we've already got huge issues. They have an excellent, efficient bomb rare I can't kill till at least turn 4, but probably longer. So if anything happens to duo, I can't do anything about that. Yep, that's already 3 damage this turn. Oh no, the other number of others, so it's 2 damage and they gain 1. Oh, that's super bad. Surveil and draw a card. Treetop Sentries. Already playing Splash Slash. No, I'm not playing Splash Slash next turn. I'm playing Polywallop. And I can't play Lasher till turn 5, when I'm just going to definitely play Dragonhawk. I mean, I guess it's better than a blind draw. I've got the food token. Like, I already know what I'm doing these next several turns, and I don't have a lot of 2-drops in this deck, so I'm just supposed to take that. Guess we just really need them to, like, not savor the Baker's main duo or something like that. Please do not hold up 2 mana. Shoot. So if I try to Polywallop, I get absolutely got. This Rotclar is already hitting for 3 a turn now and gaining them 2 each time, so basically 5 life total swing, and they held up exactly Savor mana. So they're incredibly likely to have Savor up to blow up the duo when I try to use Polywallop with it. So I have the Treetop Sentries here instead, because it's completely game-ending if I spend the turn Polywalloping and losing the duo without affecting the board at all. I literally take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minimum. Game is unwinnable from there. I have to just, like, Sentries draw a card, or just Brambleguard Captain, hoping to set up the double block. Because the question really is, how bad do I want this food in the long run? I'm just going to throw the Brambleguard Captain out. I feel like either one I play is just going to be dying, and I don't need to draw the card immediately because I know I'm playing a Dragonhawk next turn. Move to the end step. I guess they can't Savor now. Cash grab is what it was. Well, don't think it was worth the risk still, because again, I mean, there would be absolutely no recovery from our opponent having a Savor in hand there. Oh my god, they cash grabbed into a Paw Patch recruit? Ooh. They've got a lot of like 1, 2, and 3 mana rares, which is devastating for this deck, because anything we build in the sealed pool is going to be kind of slow, dirtily goop. That is quick stuff. Still all in on Rotcaller for now. At least they're tapped out of affecting our Polywallop. Enters or attacks, exile the cards. They're 1 removal spell down. Trade that there. Significant damage. I mean, things just have to pretty much go perfectly from here. But we pray for that no Dragonhawk interaction. Thornplate Intimidator, alright. I don't feel like I have enough life to lose here. I guess I could sack the food. Basically just sacking it for free right now. I kind of need double Polywallop right now. So I basically just paid 3 life, but gained it back without paying the 2. Okay, Unoffspringed Recruit is bad, but not like the end of the world. Yeah, this is just too much damage to deal with, though. Especially because Marsh Stalker's exactly big enough. Man. Yeah, no, this is already unwinnable, just the amount of damage here. Oh, Let's work on abilities. Ah, works on abilities. I can't even Splash Lasher the Rot Collar and then trade into Intimidator. Because they just put a counter on Intimidator with Recruit. Oh, that's such a yikes. Top deck an island, top deck an island, top deck an island. No! Actually, top deck an island didn't even work how I wanted it to. I don't have enough mana to play the Splash Slasher and a Polywall up even if I top deck an island. It'll be 4 for Splash Slasher and then only 3 for Polywall up, but I'll have 6 lands total and not 7. Well, yeah, I'm just dead. I mean, they just had incredible cheap rares and the sealed pool is super slow. 0-1 heading into game 2. Alright, here we are for game 2. On the draw, Hired Claw infinitely stronger on the play, so I'm actually very, very disappointed about that. Didn't notice whether we were on the play or the draw until I kept... Which obviously, this was a keep no matter what, but... God, this would be such a hand on the play. See, now it's already nullified. If I were simply on the play instead of on the draw here, I would be attacking with a 2-3 Hired Claw when they only have their 1-drop on board, and then by the time they had both these on board, this would be a 3-4, so they couldn't double block and kill it, but I lost the die roll, so that dramatically reduces the quality of my plays here. Maybe I shouldn't be going to Vegas in a couple months. This is not looking good for my roulette wheel spins right now. I'm tempted to put an island on top, but that seems like a bad idea. With 5 lands in hand already. Steam Path Charger. No attacks, they're just keeping that Hired Claw off of them. Ooh, find land 6 even if I don't want it. Well, Patchwork Banner gets us to that Lasher kick pretty soon. Not immediately, but soonish. Doing this on frogs? Because I have the Lasher in hand? I only have 1 other lizard in my deck, so... Whatever I pick, I only have like 1 or 2 in the deck of. I think I pick frog then. So the offspring and the main Lasher both get the buff when we cast that later. Welcome. Because we're on the draw, Hired Claw turns into a pretty bad meat shield. That's all it can really do for us. Oh, sick. Pathmaker finds the Cruel Claw. Guess I'll have to Splash Lasher stun that. Put 2 stun counters on the same creature. So I could double stun the Cruel Claw so I don't have to hold on to Assault here. I still really want to hold on to the Assault. I'm going to play the Brambleguard Captain and just trade that off into the 4-2. If I can. Rockface Village, but luckily Cruel Claw's a weasel, which is not any of the types that the Rockface Village can give haste to. Alright. Let's stabilize off a Splash Lasher, and then just start pooping stuff out with Ral behind our wide board of blocks. Stun you for now. honestly. It's in their grave. It's on you for now. Hearthborn Battler. I'm gonna savor my 4/4 Splash Flasher. I can make it so if they savor it, they still lose their creature by blocking the 4/4 instead of the 2/3. Or blocking the 2/2 instead of the 2/3, sorry. Yeah, if I block the Battler here and then they savor, they get to eat the Lasher and save the Battler, but this time they have to spend 2 cards to kill it. Or this way, they have to spend 2 cards to kill it. Sick. That was the best block we could make. Green Shell, hello! I quite want to play Ral and Assault so that I can get the extra loyalty counter on Ral, but I don't think... Well, do I have the mana to Green Shell and Assault? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2... Oh, I don't even have the mana to play Green Shell and Assault anyway, so I guess I have to go Ral Assault. I am at 11 life, and if I play Ral before the Assault, I take another 2, but Ral gets another loyalty. I guess I'm just going to plus Ral every time anyway, though, right? So the extra loyalty probably doesn't matter. Well, no, I have to kill Cruel Claw. I can't even kill the Battler if I want to. I just have to kill Cruel Claw, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, alright. Let's keep taking damage here.
Hey, you see a guy in a blue hood around here? You get to be my protege today.
Go to 9.
Well, gotta work with what's available.
Yeah, they can't use Mudflat Village mana on Ravine Raiders. That's a 3/3 menace, essentially. I'm pretty sure just means a double block if that attacks here. If it attacks by itself. Frilled Spark Shooter. That's a problem for sure, but I'm going to get 2 more blockers next turn. Oh yeah, it gets haste, so what next turn? We're about to take 1,000,000. Yup. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, that's something, I guess. Treetop Sentries for next turn. Yeah, I'll take it. Play a blocker from that, play a blocker from Ral.
Otter to otter? I need some help.
Fireglass Mentor. Attack all to guarantee that they damage me and they get to cast another spell here. So we kill the Hearthborn Battler, I'm pretty sure. Hit Steam Path Charger. Ooh, the 4 mana to Offspring it too. And those are both a ping for 1 minimum. Jeez. Well, I'll have 4 blockers, which is exactly 1 less than enough. Alright, so Sentries draw 2. First draw is Dragonhawk. Second draw... Cash Grab. Don't mind the cash grab with the squirrel on board for a food. It's also instant speed prowess. There's that forage audio coming in hot.
Shift the current.
Maybe it only lasts for the whole turn. Or the whole step. But it lasts way too long. It should only last while the ability's on the stack, in my opinion. No, it's still going. It's just like glitched on specific cards now. Well, yep, there's the ping me for one. Go to 4, which means Fireglass Mentor triggers. What did they hit this time? Sazakap's Brew? Discard their land and hand, draw 2. Oh no, they took the land. So their hand's good. I think I high stride that.
I have a plan.
10 loyalty to kind of win the game off this. I don't know if I have enough instants and sorceries to win the game off Storm. It's hard to cast a lot in one turn, but I mean, draw 3 is enough, probably. Boy. That's 10 loyalty.
It's time to embrace the local culture.
Those are big permanents. Lily Splash Mentor is probably the biggest. Oh yeah, Lily Splash Mentor, Green Shell. This is a draw 2 immediately. I guess I could mill myself if I ult Ral, which is a problem. Hired Claw, Junkblade Bruiser. Well, goodbye Junkblade Bruiser, but I can play Hired Claw and still eat my food and everything. Have a million blockers, and that triggers the green shell. Polywallop. Am I gonna... Maybe I just storm off with Polywallop next turn. I don't know. I mean, the simplest way is to just get to 10 lands with all of the Ral otters on board, and then everybody has +3/+3, and that's the win. +2/+2. Everybody's at least a 3/3. The Battler, yeah, prevent Storm shenanigans and start hitting me for 2 every turn they get Fireglass Mentor triggers. Get the Steam Path Charger ping so that they can see what they draw first. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this food before I take any damage here, because I have no instants to hold up. Just get as big of a life pocket as possible. So that I'm not at like 3 life trying to eat a food and then they have like a 3 damage burn. Well, as far as I remember, the direct to face burn in this format is all 2 points of damage. Okay, Battler, they picked a land, so they need to double spell here. Or they're trying to double spell here for Battler. Oh god, Vine Lasher with lands? Literally top deck a land and I'm dead. Or anybody double spells and I'm dead. What can I even do about that? I can't even do anything about it. I need Dragonhawk to hit great stuff that I can do for cheap. How would they kill a 4/6? They block with, like, everything. I mean, that can get me not dead next turn, because I can Polywallop Battler first and then Polywallop Vine Lash. I could actually Polywallop both off of a Ral ultimate here. Eat the food. I have 7 cards left in my deck, and I can't not exile to Dragonhawk, though. I feel like I can win with 7 cards left, though.
This is the part where you run away screaming.
Play a land from hand so that this one pings them a little bit.
I am confident this will work. Another genius idea by Raul Zarek.
What is the first one targeting? The real one, so this one targets the token. Oh, I had the mana to play this. I could have killed a Ravine Raider too, or something like that. I could have killed a third creature. I didn't even realize I had the mana up to play a 2-drop before another Polywallop. We had to play the first Polywallop before anything else to not get shot on our second spell. But yeah, the second one could have been a double stormed Polywallop. The only reason I have this food here is from casting the Baker's Bane Duo, so if they do something that shoots me for 2, I couldn't play around it. Oh god, they can double spell? Nope, they're holding it in their hand, hoping they can double spell in the future, so I get to eat this food here and probably just kill them with an all attack? Anyway? No, I was tapped out. If they had something to shoot me for 2, they would have done it already. Let's just eat the food right now. Because I was tapped out, they would have just killed me during their turn. If they had a shoot for 2. Alright. Oh. Oh. My heart is beating. I don't even know what game we're on because that one was so long. Stressful. I think that was only game 2. That was. We are 1-1 heading into game 3. Alright, here we are for game 3. We get to pretend to be mono red aggro with Scribe into Captain if we hit lands. An Assault on 3. That's obviously not great. Is it worth a mulligan? I don't think so. Every land in our deck is a good draw, and 45% of our deck is lands right now. Green-white deck, Warren Elder turn 2. Don't mind just clearing it out. I've got a Polywallop for later with multiple frogs. Slow them down a little. I guess I should have just offered the trade first, because that would have been an acceptable trade for us. Probably even a profitable one in the grand scheme of things. Hello there. Probably one of the better non-lands we could see. But it is still uncastable for now. Oh. That is a very disappointing sight. It is really hard to kill a 4/6 in green, blue, and red. Doesn't do much. Pileated Provisioner, which is higher toughness than power, so it triggers green shell again. Draws a second card. I guess Polywallop does work on green shell post captain, because it's twice the power. Yeah, since they're tapped out, we can do that here. 8 damage to the green shell. And I'll have another Polywallop for later. Or 5 cards engraved for the treetop sentries. Ew. Mythic rare uncommons. Rares! I've got a lot of rares in this deck, but... Oh. Right after I discarded my 5th land. Why do you have to do this, green shell? Yeah, Phineas is about to do some gross stuff, isn't he? I think it really matters we don't have Graveyard Recursion in this deck. It was 1 card away! Grabbing the cash monies. Which is a bushy bodyguard. It's a 4/3 and a 3/3 for 4 mana. They've got enough forage in their grave. Well, no, they actually only have 1 forage in their grave. Oh, is that a... How did they get a... They don't have a squirrel? Oh, if you returned a squirrel this way, it works too. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, Bushy Bodyguard is 4 mana for a 4/3 and a 3/3. And Phineas puts a counter on the Offspring card. And they draw a card because they have creatures with total power 10 or greater. Alright. It is time to concede, but it's an arena open, so we'll sit here and die and pretend we have a chance. They have the Crumb and Get It too to protect the Phineas with perfect mana. Holy Lord. One blocker. Block here because that's going to be a 5/5 from Phineas. So block there, take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from Hunter's Talent. Take exact lethal if I play Green Shell. If I play Hired Claw Polywallop Phineas, I get the chump block of 4/4 and take 7, 8 through Hunter's Talents. My god. That's a horrific option, but it's the only way we survive. Kill Phineas and chump a non-trampler. Now they're just drawing an extra card every turn. Alright, there's no surviving that turn. My misery is over. 1 and 2 heading into game 4. Opponent goes first with the Hired Claw opener again. Such a disappointing showing for Hired Claw. Just can't have it in our opening hand on the play. But this hand's a keep, right? Because we can Fountain Port to the green source. I think I still just play Hired Claw turn 1, though. Because even if I Fountain Port turn 1... Actually, no. If I Fountain Port turn 1, I do get to play Mentor turn 2. I'm stupid. Disregard. Guarantee the green source. I get to Wandertail. And Ramp. Rakdos from our opponent. There's the Bonebind Orator. Here's the Wandertail Mentor. We are praying for no take out the trash, no saber. I'd like to expend 4 here, so do I just cast the Lookout and the Claw? Probably. No attacks this turn, but +1/+1 counter on the Mentor, a little bit of ramp. Looks like a great turn. The Lookout found the blue source too. Playful Shove, poke my face, draw a card. Hello, Dragonhawk. And then the Mentor's 4 power from playing that. So I actually exiled 2 cards. Poke them for 2 here. I shouldn't have played land for turn because I could have played a land off Dragonhawk. But honestly, with a 6th land in hand too, it might be better to just ping them for 2 with the land, which is what happens here. So ping for 4, since I can't cast either of these. They're down to 9. They've missed a land drop or 2. I did ramp up 1 with Lookout, but yeah, they missed at least 1 land drop. Alright. We got to resolve a Dragonhawk bomb rare, and our opponent did not get to interact, so we are 2-2 heading into Game 5. Game 5, Lookout to ramp and Banner to ramp. I just have to draw a land, and I'm on the draw. And then we're trying to just get to the Dragonhawk again. This is definitely a keep. Raccoon Berserker, Bird Dragon, Frog Scout, Squirrel Raccoon. Yeah, Banner really is mostly fixing this deck. But fixing that comes with a +1/+1 counter is still something. There's the blue source naturally, and that's land 3. Things are looking hot right now. Play the Lookout first and get the tapped source, because I could Banner and play a 2-drop in the same turn potentially. Like worst case scenario, play the Banner, eat the food in the same turn later. Plus it's harder for them to blow up a land that we get off of a Lookout than it is for them to blow up a Patchwork Banner. They might have a random nettle thingamabob that can destroy an artifact or enchantment. The 3/1 mouse. Oh, Uncharted Haven's coming out? Okay. Oh, I do need the second red. To be able to cast Dragonhawk next turn. I guess that would be the argument for Patchwork Banner then. We could guarantee a Dragonhawk next turn. But they're black-white. They're just going to kill whatever first threat we play, so we just start with the Bruiser. And that's still going to be big damage this turn. It's going to buff Duo. We hit for 4. Force a removal spell on this. Because they can't just let a essentially 6/6 trample stick around. Downwind Ambusher, sure, that's not that bad. They just kill the Lookout. It's an assassin. They're trying to combat trick kill Bruiser? I guess whatever, we play Dragonhawk. Can't be a counterspell here. Is Mana Tithe in the special guests? I would actually tilt off the face of the earth. If there's a black or white counterspell in the special guest slot. I don't think so. Oh my god, they're both castable. I could shoot for 4 because these are both just mana. I'll choose main phase 2. We'll see how much they take this turn. Interesting. This can be a crumb and get it. Saver. Sure. So they're at 13. I could put them to 9 if I keep these both in exile. Yeah, I guess neither of these are that valuable anyway. Fountain Port I can turn into a card draw. Take that. Yeah, you know what? I'll take the Fountain Port and just get the 2 damage ping here. Let them gain 2 life to draw a card. We might patchwork on otters. They're just otters with no abilities, yeah. No secondary card types, I should say. Obviously play around like a second ambusher here or something. I have no way to put a 4-power creature on board pre-combat to make Dragonhawk do anything else. I can expend for Baker's Bane Duo, but then I don't get to spend my mana on whatever Dragonhawk hits. So I think I'm just attacking. If I can. And I can declare the attack at least and draw the card. That is going to be a land to shoot my opponent for 2 again. Take it all, they say. You got it. It's otter time. Where are they? Let's search them up.
Laugh all you want, but I'm still the master fight. Otter to otter, I need some help.
They are at 11 here. Double Polywallop enough for a kill? No, but it's a big... Well, it might be, actually. Oh, I'm 1 mana off from Double Polywallop. I have to double prowess to get this to 4 power. Like, if I can get these things to 4 power, that's pretty excellent. Still feels like 1 Polywallop is pretty good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I can't double. So that they're 4 power. Okay. But I can attack with 2 3-power creatures this way.
Oh yeah, that's coming together.
I just don't get extra Dragonhawk triggers, and there's just the concession already. They have to just chump 2 3/3s, take 5, and then take another 2 from the Dragonhawk trigger. They are over it. And Operation Play a Sloppy Deck but Draw Our Bombs continues. We're at 3 and 2 now. We have started drawing the bombs. Which I don't know if sloppy is the right word, because I think this is about as good a build as we'd be getting. Play a goopy deck and draw our bombs. Here we are for game 6, and that is 4 forests, which is tremendously awkward mana, and our only play we know we can do is a 1/2, but it probably gets one of the 2 colors for Ral. This feels too sketchy, though, because this is also really bad at using the Polywallop, so it's almost like 2 dead cards in the hand, because Polywallop's only 2 damage. Why have you forsaken me? Let's see a world where I can keep this. If I top deck any land, I can cast spells. Turn 4. To 5 we go. I guess Fountainport Bell's like better than the island. I really don't want to keep Hidden Grotto for my second green for Green Shell, though. So what if I just do Bell for that? I have to soak some mana into that, but I'm probably not doing anything else with my mana turn 3. Once again, Hired Claw Opener on the draw. The classic. But our opponent doesn't have a response to it. However, I did top deck Wandertail Mentor, so I can't afford to put a counter on this thing. When I can play a Mana Dork with an excellent 5-drop in hand, we have to just play the Mana Dork. Thistle down players. Okay, we are locked in for Green Shell next turn, so I don't need the land off Fountainport Bell. So we draw the card off of it. I guess if they kill Wandertail Mentor, I would have needed it. I'd be sad. No. Can't just blow this assault on the 3/3, can I? And I guess the players plus Swordmaster combo is like +2/+0 every turn. I guess I probably should have attacked. I don't see myself blocking this Swordmaster. So we could have pinged for 1 damage just off the attack trigger, even though I don't have the mana to put counters on the claw. Oh my god. That is a phenomenal rare for a deck with Valiant Mice. This is the thorn in our foot, the bane in our existence. Low mana value rares. That might be 3 for 3 on how we lose. Although this game is going to be a lot due to the Mold of 5 too, if it is a loss. which it is certainly starting to look that way. This manifold mouse nonsense is insane. If they have any ping or combat trick that does at least 2, we can't block with green shell here, and there's so many things it could be. Even if it's 1, even if it's just the +1/+0, draw a card blocking is bad. Well, we tried. I really feel like run number 1 was when we had a chance. We had an excellent sealed pool. I really liked the deck build. Just ran into some rough matches. But that was a deck that really looked like it could 7-win. This one has the bomb power, but the rest of the sealed pool is so unsynergistic and awkward that it doesn't really matter. We're just going to get beaten by decks that have synergy and bombs like this. And our other losses. Yeah, I mean, we're at 9. This game's already over. If they have any combat trick in the universe, I die if I don't block the Swordmaster. Because the double strikes, so we gotta just put the green shell in the way. Take 5. I still die to most tricks, just elsewhere. Well, I guess it was a bluff attack last turn. Well played by opponent. Or maybe it was just... Oh, okay, yeah, it was just gonna be post-combat removal. Never mind. That would be a super fair reason to have attacked last turn into the green shell. That would have got us. Sick. All right. 3-3 it is. Pretty crushing ending to the Bloomburrow Arena Opens. But if you want to see some Day 2 shenanigans, some Day 2 nonsense, certainly check out the first Bloomburrow Arena Open. We did manage to Day 2 that one on the first try, so you can check out those videos if you're interested. But that's going to do it for me this time around. Just a couple runs before we have some more flashback drafts next week. Dominar United is coming back, so I'm going to be doing some of those drafts daily once those flashback queues go live on Arena. So that's it for me for this time around at the Arena Open. I've blown all my gold and gotten literally nothing back, and I think I'm cool with that. That is enough spins of the sealed roulette wheel for my tastes. Again, this deck, I don't know, this sealed pool is a whole other thing. It's a whole mess. We could just completely ignore all the bombs and play like a loose black-white deck just because there's good removal there, but the white creatures are horrible because none of them have any synergy to do anything other than their base stat lines. Yeah, even though white has the Banishing Light and the Strike, the creatures are just incredibly bad no matter what color we pair them in. Maybe there's some blue-black deck, I guess, because black... I mean, not a lot of cards, but everyone there's decent. I guess we get the Moonrise Clerics. Yeah, I forgot the Moonrise Clerics actually to go with the Essence Channeler. That helps a little bit, but the Warren Guards and the Bravekin duo still do, like, nothing. But yeah, I mean, I guess maybe that helps the black pile a little bit then. Yeah, I mean, white's still so borderline even with the 3 Clerics. Yeah, I don't know. There were certainly other decks to build here, but I don't think there was any super clear, super best deck. And I think when in doubt, trying to slam down your strongest cards is a decent option. The Green Shell, but especially the Dragon Hawk were our biggest ways to win games. Ral won us actually at least one game as well, and kept us in some of those games a lot longer than we would have otherwise. So just playing all our best rares, hoping to draw them at the right times. Was the game plan, didn't quite work out for us. We drew Hired Claw at the wrong time almost every time. And we had a couple rough mulligans. It is what it is. It's a pretty goopy deck. Just hoping to outbomb people. And we did a few times, but not any time when our opponents had bombs and synergy, because this sealed pool has none of that. But that is going to end today's video. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons and YouTube members for their support, as well as you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it and you're interested in seeing some more, you can always like, comment, and subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm to send you some more on your recommended feed. If you'd like to catch me live on occasion, you can check out the Twitch channel in the link in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can check out the Patreon link in the description below. And other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Magic Arena.